everybody. I am back. I am back, and I'm not going to be with you guys too long like I was the last one because I think I am all the video out. But I wanted to bring to you guys some information. The reason why is because a lot of us don't know what's going on with this ex parte situation with Mr. Steele getting contempt of court, the Supreme Court coming in, making their ruling, and things like that. So, you guys know on the 25th of June, there will be a hearing, show cause hearing, which Judge Glanville has ordered different participant individuals that was in the court in the chamber to come in and give an ex parte, give a show cause of the reason why certain things were brought out, things that supposedly been private brought out into the open in the case, the Woody changing his mind and them having a meeting with the state and the court and without the defendants being present. Well, because I love you guys so much, because I'm not an attorney, I said let me go check out this whole thing, and I found an attorney who basically explained it very, very layman, easy understanding way. So I decided to go ahead and reach out to the attorney, ask him permission to use his item. I sent him an email, and so for fair act use, I am going to show you guys this video, and it's going to explain some of the problem, the incorrect thing that was done, and what most likely is going to happen. And I titled this Georgia Supreme Court versus Judge Glanville because this is like a ego thing where, I said it was an ego thing with Judge Glanville, and because it could have been handled a little bit better, y'all. I felt testosterone was all over the place. I felt, this is my opinion, okay, guys, my opinion, which I have the right to have my opinion in this, because it was something I observed, and I felt like they could have nipped it in the bud instead of it flaring up to the point someone getting contempt of court and having been escorted out the courtroom and all this extra stuff that went on. So, without further ado, the individual, and I got to give credit to this attorney who makes it as easy as possible. And the channel that I got this from is JD, a lawyer explain. Get it? JD, a lawyer explains. That is the channel that this is coming from, and I just hope you guys get the understanding that I got from this when I listen to it. Okay. All right. So without further ado, here is the attorney that is going to explain all of this to you guys. And this video is not that long. It's about 12 minutes. So I'm going to be in your hair for about 12 minutes, not long, just for you guys to get understanding. Because you know what? It says what? With everything you get understanding. And having knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? Having knowledge is power. That no one can ever take that from you. Okay? That's why I dreamed of being a teacher, so I have to act like I'm teaching. Act like I'm a teacher. So that's why I be having all these little different rules with the number system and rate. Let me live my dream through you all. Okay? Let me live my dream of being a teacher through y'all. Okay, students? Okay? Is it okay that I live my dream of being a teacher through you guys? How about that? All right, let's go. Let's go ahead on and get this knowledge to you guys. I love learning. I'm a lifelong learner, even though. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Serena. Y'all got me. Okay. Full of life. Thank you. All right, y'all, let's get started. So I won't be here all day because I do have some cleaning to do. Because my house is going to be a hot mess if I don't do some cleaning around here. Shay Rock, thank you. Thank you, Inez. All right, let's go ahead on. And I'm going to present it. Now that I have this opportunity to be able to download things with this app that I got, y'all going to be overwhelmed with information now. Okay, you got different numbers. Okay. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and share this. And this is the lawyer explained. And this is his content for fair act use. Let me go ahead on and put the statement out here. Fair act use here. It says here, copyright disclaimer. In Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purpose of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching. That's my teaching. Scholarship and research. All right. So we're using this for fair use. I do not own this content. This content belongs to JD, the lawyer explains. Okay. Anybody want? Please go over there, subscribe to his channel because he has a lot of knowledge as far as the law. Okay. Because over here, we're laymen. Well, I'm a lay person. There might be some attorneys in here, but all right, let me go ahead and get this without further ado. Again, this is the lawyer explain.
Make the law make sense on YouTube. Here's what we're discussing today. Not every ex parte contact between a judge and a lawyer is necessarily something that needs to be reported. For example, when you catch the judge in the hallway and say, "Judge, I really need to set up a time to hear a motion in the Jones case," that may very well be ex parte, but it isn't about the substance of the case. It's about getting something set up. And the judge probably said, "Well, I'll go see my secretary or go see the clerk or whatever it is," and you get that taken care of. That, even though that's an ex.
So he's just basically explaining the different situation where you would do an ex parte. Okay. He's going to bring out, what the errors are and why certain things are not appropriate. So he's just explaining to you guys a little bit like a layperson's different form of an ex parte. So he just gave an example of something that didn't have anything to do with a particular case that the attorney asked the judge about something and they were going to talk about it, which is ex parte. Ex parte means outside the presence of the court, meaning it's behind the scene, not in the courtroom setting in open court. Okay. And usually that's something that's usually private and quiet and no one has to be involved in it. Okay.
I mean, that's a rule the judge can ignore, in that respect, because we're not talking about anything important here. We're talking about getting a date to hold a hearing and decide a motion. And as long as you don't mention anything about what the motion's about or why you think you ought to win, it's not an ex parte contact. It's simply a scheduling contact. So there are ex parte things that lawyers can do with the judge that don't violate any rules. And sometimes in jurisdictions where judges have to run for office, it's perfectly okay if outside of court you go to the judge and you say, "Judge, I want to support you for your reelection. Here's a campaign check for $500. Let me know if you need more." And as long as you don't mention any of your cases, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Again, as long as you're staying within the limits for, campaign contributions in that particular state. But there's nothing wrong with that because the judge is going to have to fund his campaign somehow, and he relies on supporters to do that. And most good lawyers will donate to both sides of a campaign because the risk is simply too great if you've only supported one. So it's not like you're really currying favor here. You're just really buying insurance against somebody being chipped off at you because you didn't support them. And a lot of lawyers play that game. They offer judges money during their reelection campaigns. That's completely legitimate. But in this YSL case, that is not what we're talking about. We're talking about a substantive discussion about a witness who's already been sworn.
You hear that part?
And the judge is meeting privately with the prosecutor, the witness, and the witness's counsel in chambers without notifying the other defendant's counsel. Now, somebody has suggested, well, what if the guy is afraid of, being killed in a drive-by shooting because he's snitching on the other folks, and as a result, he doesn't want those other lawyers in there? Doesn't matter. And the reason it doesn't matter is because the lawyers themselves don't have to tell their clients what the subject of that meeting was. There are things that you can withhold from a client if you are under seal, if it's placed under seal or the court has advised you that it's not to be discussed with your clients, especially if there's some worry about somebody, perhaps being harmed as a result of something that you might disclose. So as a lawyer, you're an officer of the court, you have to obey that order. No question about that. The rules of judicial conduct and the case law all say you can't do this. So the question arises as to why the judge, A, thought he could do this, and B, thought he could put the genie back in the bottle by finding out who leaked it to attorney Brian Steele. I don't have the answers to those questions, but I can tell you this much. It's going to be a problem for Judge Glanville. And I really kind of liked this guy.
You heard that. He's basically saying this whole situation with the ex parte meeting with a sworn witness is going to be a problem for Judge Glanville. Okay. Remember I told you the other night that I actually spoke with a judge regarding this. And what the judge told me was that once that witness was sworn in, both parties should have been partakers of that meeting, regardless, because that witness has been sworn in. Once they sworn in, it's not just the witness for the state. That is a witness on a stand, okay?
For the most part, during the trial, I thought he was a very efficient judge. I don't routinely agree with his rulings. I think some of his rulings tended to favor the prosecution way too much. But again, judges are entitled to have some discretion in their rulings. And who am I to say whether or not he was abusing his discretion? That's for an appellate court later on. I think he gave them a little bit more leeway than he probably should have, but I don't really think that he is necessarily stretching things too far for the defense. Although this particular episode here where he had this ex parte meeting, that goes above and beyond, and that is clear favoritism toward the prosecution in this case, and that I don't think we can tolerate.
Okay, you heard them, right? He says this particular ex parte meeting is clear, like not fuzzy, not ambiguous. I'm saying you trying to use some big words, y'all, okay? Not foggy, but it's a clear indication that he's been siding. Well, he's siding with the state, with the prosecution. And a judge is supposed to be impartial, supposed to be straight down the middle. Not supposed to sway one way or the other. But this particular situation, he has stepped over his authority as a judge and has chosen a side based on what this gentleman is saying. Okay, I am just giving you guys my commentary on this. This is not just an opinion of mine. It's just based on what the commentary is, what is being said on this. Okay.
So the reason I say I don't think you can tolerate that is because of how the Georgia Supreme Court acted. When Colette Resnick Steele filed the notice of appeal, she filed it in the Georgia Court of Appeals. And when you have a case like this that is very high profile, a lot of times there are back channel communications that occur that don't get disclosed to the public. I mean, it's just a fact of the matter. I'm sure that the Court of Appeals in Georgia, no doubt, had a conversation with the court and the Supreme Court of Georgia about this particular case. And they said, we got this appeal. Do you want us to handle it? And the Supreme Court said, no, that's in our appellate jurisdiction. It's our exclusive appellate jurisdiction. So they were aware of this. Clearly, they saw the news. I mean, judges do what most people do in the evening. They watch television, they read, they hear things, they talk to their friends. And this has been a topic of great concern over the last couple of days in the Atlanta area. So the Honorable Supreme Court of Georgia is in adjournment. But given the fact that they were in adjournment, they issued the following order. This is the following order that was passed. In re Brian Steele. Movement Brian Steele appealed to the Court of Appeals a trial court's order holding him in criminal contempt. At the same time, he filed in the Court of Appeals an emergency motion for supersedis bond on the criminal contempt. The Court of Appeals transferred that emergency.
Okay, I'm going to tell you guys myself, I told you earlier, that it is going to be televised. I told you guys that we will be, because it's an open court. So we will be bringing the information, streaming it live to you guys. We will be streaming it live to you guys because it is an open court, okay? It is going to be streamed live because once they put it on a docket, it's open court. All right.
Motion to this court citing State versus Murray and noting that we have the ultimate responsibility for determining whether this court has appellate jurisdiction over the matter. The Supreme Court then goes on to say, we hereby grant a writ of certiorari as to both the emergency motion and the appeal of the contempt order, and they cite the Constitution. When the appeal of the contempt order is docketed in the Court of Appeals, the Court of Appeals is directed to transfer that appeal and record to this court. We further grant supersedis with respect to the trial court's order holding Steele in contempt. Now, what this means is he posts a supersedis bond, usually some minimal amount, $500, $1,000. He doesn't have to go to jail. And then it goes on to say, as a result, enforcement of the trial court's order is stayed pending.
Okay, I want to make a correction on what it said because I think you guys are mixing it up. Okay, Judge Glanville's 25th is totally separate from the Supreme Court. You guys got that? Judge Glanville's hearing on the 25th is separate, totally separate. The Supreme Court one is waiting for this thing to finish, and then they're going to do theirs, okay? Okay, you got it now? Capiche? Capiche, I understand now? The 25th is going to be Judge Glanville. He's bringing every individual in there to see what, who basically did a whistleblow. Okay, so there's two separate things, okay? We don't have the date for the Supreme Court one yet, not until they get the understanding from the other one. So they're waiting for everything that's done in the lower court, and they have already taken it over, but they just want all the other missing pieces into this one, okay? Glanville is a show cause on the 25th, yes. The other part is going to be the Supreme Court. Once they make a ruling, they're going to make a ruling. So what they made a ruling in paper, right? The order was that Steele cannot go to jail. He gets a stay. And the stay is only until everything gets looked at. Okay? Got it, guys? Okay. Capiche? Full understanding? All right, my darlings. Let's go back to school.
resolution of the appeal. So the order sentencing him to 20 days in jail or 10 weekends in jail is on stay. That means it won't be enforced until after the Supreme Court decides the appeal, and it would only be enforced then if the Georgia Supreme Court ruled against Brian Steele, which I don't really look for them to do. Now, why is this bad for Judge Glanville? The Georgia Supreme Court is not going to cheer on Judge Glanville's actions here. They can't allow judges to have ex parte meetings with prosecutors and ignore the defense and cut them out of those meetings, because that's a denial of due process. Even if the Georgia Supreme Court allowed it, the United States Supreme Court clearly would not. I don't look for this to be something that they would routinely say, well, yeah, Judge Glanville has a...
Okay, at the end, he's going to give you some of the options that the Supreme Court could take in regard to this, okay? I want you guys to listen very, very carefully. He's going to give you what options the Supreme Court has. And we don't know what they're going to take, which route they're going to take, but it gives you guys some clear understanding of some of the options, okay? So just listen carefully. This is not, it's not written in concrete. It's just giving you the options that the Supreme Court could take in regard to this case, okay? The RICO case, okay?
To know this, it's okay for him to hold this man in contempt. And the reason they wouldn't do that is because to get there, they would have to come up with some rationale for why it was okay for him to have the ex parte meeting in the first place, which again, I don't think they can do. Clearly, if they thought that the appeal did not have merit, they would not have acted on the emergency motion. They would have allowed things to go forward, and they would not have stayed the underlying contempt citation. But they did stay it, and I think that bodes ill for Judge Glanville. This was really not well thought out by the judge. When Brian Steele raised this, the first thing he should have done is he should have said, "You're right. I should have called you all back in there. I'm sorry for not doing it. Here's what we discussed," or "Come back into my chambers. We're going to put this conversation on the record. You're going to be sworn to secrecy. You can't tell your clients," if that's what they were worried about. But as it is, it looks as though the judge is working for the state on the prosecution, and you can't have that.
Uh-oh.
So it'll be interesting to see what the Georgia Supreme Court does with this. My guess is they will either declare a mistrial.
You hear that, right?
Or they will suggest very strongly that the trial court declare a mistrial. Or they will simply vacate the contempt and remand it back to the trial court with instructions that the attorney-client privilege should be honored in this respect. Now, in addition to asking Brian Steele where he got the information, he has essentially subpoenaed all of the people who were in that meeting to come forward and say, basically ask them under oath, did you violate the seal of the court? Which, of course, there wasn't a seal of the court at that point, but that's what he's going to do. And if he does that, I would anticipate that several of them will also will also refuse to comply with the subpoena because the request is for attorney-client privilege or some other reason. We'll have to see. I think the judge could probably find a way to get the information if he wanted, but him wanting the information is a real problem because it indicates that the reason he wants it is to allow him to do this again in the future. You don't worry about who blew the whistle if you're never going to do this again, right? You worry about who blew the whistle only if you want to completely shut off that source of information to the defense team. And clearly, this is not a source of information that should be cut off from the defense team. So that's what I have for you. Sorry I couldn't get to this yesterday. I had to go down to Mobile, Alabama and have...
Okay, so that is his explanation, guys. I am so happy that I was able to bring the information to you guys. So those are the choices, options that I was talking about. I know somebody said consequences. Well, they have to make a ruling first before they can give you what the consequences for the judge. You got to say that they got to rule that he was in the wrong. So We don't know what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. But right now, what we know is that the Supreme Court have spoken. They put a stay on it. They are reviewing everything that's going on. So, y'all, just stay tuned. Stay tuned. And this here give it. You remember Steele had submitted some stuff to Supreme Court before? Imagine some of those things that he submitted before is part of it now. Can you imagine that, y'all? Because remember, he submitted something to the Supreme Court and it wasn't going to be heard no time soon. They said it was probably not be heard until after the trial is finished. Well, because of this situation, the Supreme Court is gathering everything. Whatever is done in the dark shall come to light. Guys, remember that? Remember months ago, he submitted some things to the Supreme Court, and you got it, y'all. Okay. Weinstein's motion definitely is going to be part of it. Everything that shows some sort of impartiality is going to be brought in there. Because you know what they're accusing him is that he's basically siding more with the state. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody had asked me about some motions that was recently submitted. Well, on Friday at 11:48, there was a motion submitted by Miss Love, but that was placed under seal. So I don't know what it says. So we don't know. We won't know until court on Monday. They're going to talk about it. Okay. So, any questions, my darlings? Because I got, it is 3:29. I still have not finished my housework. Okay. I just want to tell you that. Okay. Y'all keeping me from doing my housework. Okay. Okay. House cannot get clean by itself. Okay. Because if I ask for a house cleaner, y'all be having to talk about me some more. So I'm going to go clean it myself. She asking for a house cleaner. She asking for this. She asking. Thank you. Thanks for the membership, Michael, on the way from Scotland. Hey, Gary O'Sullivan. Well, welcome to the infamous family. It's always wrong with people with the power. That's the way power is, y'all. That's why people want power. They want control. Someone said the motion was allowed hearsay in. Which motion for hearsay? Which one? They had a couple of them, Lieber. They had a couple of hearsay motion. They had a couple of them. Mel says she need a house cleaner too. Well, I'm going to go clean my house. I wonder if it was the immunity order. No, I see the immunity order. Oh, you're talking about the one that they gave in that secret meeting? That's what you're talking about? You're talking about the secret meeting stuff? Maybe that's what it is, the secret meeting stuff. I don't know. I'm just speculating, Yeah, she filed it the morning of Friday morning. Unpopular opinion. Friday morning. It was Friday morning. Guys, and if I find anything else, I will pop up and give you guys some 411 for your information purposes. And because you just filed it the morning. Yeah, she filed it at 11:48 on the 14th. 14th was on. Well, I could show you what it looked like. Hold on a second. Hold on. I do got the information for y'all. Hold on. Yeah, I just be like, y'all don't want me to clean my house, so you know that, right? Y'all just want me to have a nasty, messy house, and then for folks to talk about me. I'll just keep my camera off, because I ain't gonna let y'all see my house being nasty. Okay. That was the motion to release. Hold on a second. I gotta go back. Hold on, I'm pulling it up, guys. Hold on. This is it right here. That's not it. 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 I'm trying to pull it up, y'all. Just like all in the way. I got so many of these files. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. You know, it's a lot of these files that was filed on from last week. I'm trying to open it up for y'all. Hold on. This is the 15th. Let's see. Not that one. Might be the first one. Let's see what the first one look like. Okay, there it is right here. All right, let me show you my laptop for a second. And then I'm going to pull it up. Hold on a second. I'm going to pull it up. Okay. Let's pull it up. First is this. Let me show y'all. Hold on. I gotta put my watermark. Okay, Michael's showing out, y'all. Look at Michael. Michael is showing his butt out. Go on, Michael. Thank you so much for gifting these membership, man. Y'all owe Michael big time, y'all. Y'all owe Michael big time. Shot caller, big baller. Michael doing that thing, y'all. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Let me show you from my computer first, right? If you see the date, it says the date 6/14 at 11:48 a.m. Order filing under seal, place and seal under order to place under seal, and it has Fannie Willis, but usually Fannie Willis is Adrian or one of the DA department. Okay, so this is what they wanted it under seal, right? So let me stop sharing this for a second, and then I'm going to show you where the judge signs off on it for it to be under seal. Hold on a second. And this is the judge signing off on this particular one right here. And this is it right here. You guys see it? You guys see it? Can y'all see it? Let me make it bigger. Let me make it bigger, bigger. You see right there? He signed it and put it under seal. At 11:48, but he signed it the day before. So he signed it on the 13th, and 11:48 on the 14th, that Friday morning, they placed it under seal. You guys see that? Let me go pull it up a little bit. See, it has a judge signature on it, and it's placed under seal. Order to place under seal. It is now the order of this court that the document contains in this envelope shall be filed under seal. This envelope shall not be opened until further order of this court. All right, so you guys see that? You see that, right? Did Georgia Supreme Court send a hint to Judge Glanville? Probably, from what they said in that motion. I mean that order. That's the communication the state had with Woody Steele was a kind for. Was asking for. Okay. I didn't see the G. Was asking for. Okay. That's the stuff that Steele was asking for, according to the young lady that put this in here, or the young man, whoever said that. Who said that? Hold on. Let me go back up. Road Dog. According to Road Dog, that's what. That's the stuff that Steele was looking for, the communication. Okay. Any questions, my darlings? Any question? You're welcome, Lady Loves Lives. Don't forget, y'all, support this channel by hitting the like button, sharing the information, and and sharing this information so others will be able to see it. Okay? And your gift is definitely welcome. And shout out to Michael Williams again for gifting these membership to all these individuals. Make sure you guys thank Michael, okay? Make sure you thank him for that. Okay? Remember, the 25th is for the show cause hearing. That's the show cause hearing. Remember, like when the jurors who was held in contempt, the judge had a meeting with them to show cause why they didn't show up to court, that type of thing. And then the judge listened to them and make a decision on whether or not to fine them or whatever he needed. This is what that's happening on the 25th, show cause. Tomorrow court is supposed to start at 9:00. They tell us to get there at 8:30. So 9:00 is court time. So tonight I am going to be off this YouTube thing early. Yes, it will be shown in public, Mike. Yes, it will. When is Brian Steele's hearing? You won't know until the Supreme is waiting for this show cause hearing to happen. So it's going to be after that. All minds are clear? Everybody got a full understanding what's happening? Any questions? Any questions? And don't forget, y'all, tomorrow 9:30 8:30 we'll be ready. Why hasn't Detective Quinn came up yet? Oh, they're gonna bring him. They're gonna bring him up. They're gonna bring him. But remember, they had to lay the foundation with Woody. Woody's part has to be a foundation. They're gonna bring the videotape and all that kind of stuff. So once he laid the foundation, thank you. Have a great rest of the evening. You're welcome. Kayla Bumpers is in this chat now. Maybe she can tell us. Malik return. Kayla, you in here? Hold on. I didn't see her. How you guys know she's in here? I didn't see her. Kayla's in here. I don't see any comment. Oh no, this thing here don't let me see everybody's comment. I didn't even see a comment. I don't see it still. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see her. Can somebody tell me where she posted it? I don't see her. But anyway, so okay, I do not see Kayla. If you're in here, Kayla, hello. And let's see, I don't see her. I don't see her at all. I don't see her. Somebody say hi, Miss Bumpus. I see y'all saying hi to her, but I don't see her. What the heck? Am I blind? I must be blind because I sure don't see her. Oh, I see her. There she go. There she go. Hey. Oh wow. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. So, anybody have any questions in regarding to what I just brought up? Anybody have any questions? Can transcript be altered? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I mean, anything could be altered, but hopefully not. Let's just hope the right stuff is put on paper. But the good thing is we got no, but there was no camera there that day too, right? You said drop the link for Miss Bumpus. Oh, they want you to come on up. Let's see. There go the link. There go the link. They want me to drop the link. I just dropped the link. There is an adapter or input for your camera for a mic while you have it on, Jeff. You said they supposedly have an audio recording of the meeting. They supposedly have one, so you saying they might have time to edit? Oh Lord, that would be a bad thing if they edit it. Oh, that would not be good. I doubt we're going to get those transcripts on the 25th, but hopefully Judge does the right thing and release before cross. And so I wouldn't put past Weaver to do that. She works with Glanville. Y'all, stop that. Stop that. Miss Weaver, she's a very honest person. Stop that, y'all. Stop it. Let's not put conspiracy theory out there yet. Let's not put the conspiracy theory out there yet. I think the judge let the state talk to him in his chamber without him too, because he keeps saying they were things he wasn't aware of when Kayla was trying to talk to him. I don't think she would lose her job for another employee. Wait, I miss Kayla. Dang. Yeah, you missed her. All right, y'all. I gotta get off this live. Seriously, I got cleanup to do. Don't let the judge bully you, Kayla. Happy Father, yes, happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the chat. Happy Father's Day. Love and the judge. Mackenzie, yeah, I gotta go clean up. They need cameras in all chambers. Oh, Serena's terrible. Stand your ground, Kayla. The only thing she can do is just tell the truth or tell her the facts of what happened. I mean, just tell the facts of what happened. I mean, you can't be held in contempt for the facts of what happened. They probably won't even let you know what happened. They're probably gonna try to hush her. How did he know? We still had explicit details of the meeting. He was right there. Do you know the black lady that was sitting next to Steele? She's an attorney. I've seen her there at the court before. She's probably no longer in the chat. Let's hope not. M. Miller. Let's hope that there's not chopped and skewed. Yes, he is the only one, Mackenzie. Yep, he is the only one. Okay, y'all, I'm about to take my butt off this live. Don't forget to hit the like button, share, because I noticed now y'all not putting numbers in here. That means y'all just leaving me just nilly-willy, just want me to drain myself and you guys not hit the like button. That's what y'all want. Okay? All right. How many people hit the like button? How many people hit the like button? Give me a 1 if you hit the like button. Now, if you tell a lie, God is watching you. Oh, now you want to run, Lady Love Life. You want to run when I ask about who hit the like button. You want to run, huh? Are you one of the guilty parties? Are you one of the guilty parties of not hitting the like button? Y'all running here like full of life. Thank you. Let me see how many. I'm going to go and see how many likes I got in here. Because I had over 340 something people in here. Let me see how many likes I have. Let me see who's mistreating me. Who is just being so ugly to me. Let's see who's being mean to me. Oh, it's a lot of people that dislike me in here but want my information. I see how y'all roll. I see how y'all operate, but that's okay. I see how y'all roll. I see. Thank you, Lady Loves Life. I see how y'all roll. I see how y'all roll. 134 likes. Wow. Okay. But that speaks lots of volume. Lots of volume. Lots of volume. But that's okay. It's okay. One day, y'all gonna try to look for me. I won't be here. One day. One day you're gonna be trying to figure out what's going on inside the courtroom, and I won't be here. One day. Don't miss your water when the well runs dry. That's what's gonna happen. Miss your water when the well runs dry. It's the truth, Hood TV. It's the truth. Hold on. People telling me Woody's live right now. Why is Woody keep going live when I go live? This is weird, y'all. Thank you, Love for Life. Somebody just said Woody's live right now. But I don't see him live. They said Woody's live right now, but I don't see him. Oh, he got off. Woody got off, y'all. He was live just now. And he got off. He's off now. Somebody say he got off. He probably watching me on one phone and then he got the live on the other one. And since I say, hey, Woody's live like that, because remember yesterday he was live when I went live. Woody, stop playing. You know you in here. Stop playing, Willie. Stop playing. And happy Father's Day, every father in the chat. Happy Father's Day. Yeah, yes, Miss Betty. He's the witness. He wasn't live that long. I just BT. He wasn't live that long. It wasn't live that long. All right, I'm going to go. I'll see you guys later. You're welcome, Hood TV. Have a good day, y'all. Later. No, he was live on IG. He didn't stay on long enough to even say anything. As soon as I said he was live, he went off. Someone had texted me, told me Woody was live. Now, this is not a coincidence that every time I'm live, he goes live. It's kind of not a coincidence. Thank you for hitting the like, y'all. I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to go, and I'll see you guys later. God bless you. And here's the church music. If you guys want to sew into this live, here's the, hold on, so let me put this thing here. Here's my, my Cash App information, Vimo, all that. There's the information right now if you want to sew something into this channel. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. God bless. Good night. I'm leaving for real. Bye.